Here's a quick review on factoring polynomials using the GCF method, or the greatest common factor method. So we're going to review this method, factoring the polynomial y equals x cubed minus 4x squared plus 3x. So GCF is pretty basic. You're simply looking for something that all your terms have in common. In this case, it's an x. So we'll factor out that x, just showing the right side of the equation here. And then you put open parentheses and think about what would be left to get back to the original term. So x times x squared gives back that x cubed. We took out an x from the minus 4x squared, so that's minus 4x here in the parentheses. And taking out that 1x from the positive 3x, we're left with plus 3. All right, so this is a great start. Now we see we can much more easily factor this quadratic that's left in the parentheses. So we have that x out front, and we can just use our traditional factoring method to factor this quadratic. So we need to first put x's here. Those two x's will multiply when you FOIL or multiply out to get x squared. And you're thinking about you need to finish two numbers that multiply to give you positive 3, but add to give you the negative 4 in front of that x term. Okay, so of course that's going to be minus 3 and minus 1. And we have this fully factored polynomial now. Remember that if you ever want to check your factoring, simply multiply everything back out and you should get the original polynomial. And one final thing before we finish up, a benefit to factoring a polynomial is you can much more easily see its zeros or x-intercepts. Simply take each of your factors and set them equal to 0. This would be really helpful, say, if you were wanting to sketch a graph of the polynomial. So you're taking each of your factors, setting them equal to 0. So x equals 0, that's one x-intercept. We have x minus 3 equals 0. Solving that quickly, we'll see 3 should be another x-intercept. And the x minus 1 factor gives x equals 1 as an x-intercept. So again, this will be a really helpful skill for when you're graphing. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check the video description for links to other factoring for polynomials, as well as graphing some polynomials.